It's a hot mess again. Welcome to the latest edition of the Social Media Power Chat. My name is Mia Voss, breaking stuff all over the internet, and we're up and live. How much fun was that and nerve-wracking in the green room, folks?
My heart was
racing.
Yeah.
Well, so
we made it.
The drama for your mama was because basically the way that I'm now broadcasting from the Mia Connect, and so I just jumped out to get things running again, and then couldn't get back in. So we had to start a whole new one. For those of you on mobile, we're going to post a new link. But we're here, aren't we, guys?
We're here.
Yeah. We're here. We're fired up. We're fearless, and it's Friday.
Billy Funk is here. That's for sure.
Because you know what? We want the funk. Exactly.
Bring the funk. Bring the noise.
I'm going to do quick intros, and then I'm going to read our comments because I can tell by everybody's invites this week, all the comments, people are fired up today. Even though it's only 5 degrees in Denver, I'm even fired up. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to start with our first guest, one of my favorites and one of my A-listers here on Google+. We have Randy Hilarski coming straight out of Panama. Let's hope he has pants on today. He made the unfortunate quote to me of like, I haven't worn pants in a year, and I was like, wow, that's weird, Randy, but you are down in Panama. So welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, Mia.
It's good to see you. Next up, we have Billy Funk, Extreme Billy. And Billy is in Chicago, and I just have to say, ILL.
I.
Yes, my brother. Billy went to school down at Shampoo Banana in Champaign-Urbana, so my brother from another mother. And then finally, I have the gorgeous, love this new hair color, Logan Lynn Roberts.
Hello.
And
thanks for having me, Mia.
And thank you. And your tagline, of course, is Logan loves Philly. Lo loves Philly, correct?
Yeah, Lo loves Philly. Yes, that's the thing. I do love Philly, for sure.
Yes, you do. And I mean, listen, we're going to talk about branding, but that is a fabulous thing because you really have branded yourself. All of us have our different things that we've branded. So let's see. Let's see what we've got for comments today. You guys ready? It's Tom Coleman. It's live TV. Hi, brother Tom. Our favorite Lainey Sullivan, we are going to be on with after this, correct? Logan, while I'm going through, we're going to be on with the SEO Power Hour, is that right?
Yeah, correct. Too, with me and Lainey. And you're going to join us, Mia, for the launch. It's exciting.
I am excited. I'm going to try and bring the fabulous. Let's see who else. Thank you, Randy, for posting that. Got it in there. Brother Craig Fifield is also in the house. Lena Bate Johnson is going to be handling our Twitter handle for us. Billy Funk, what is your Twitter handle, brother?
It's Funk Billy.
I like that. Mine is the Mia Connect. Randy, what's yours?
Just Randy Hilarski.
See, I love that. Notice how I'm doing everything with branding. And Logan, yours is?
It's Lo loves Philly.
Exactly. L-O-V-E-S Philly. I love that. Yes. What else do we have going on? We've got Shannon, Jeff Hurras. He's the one that made my back crap crazy glasses. Our buddy out of Canada, Ralph Kaiser. Time to get our back crap crazy on. So we've got some good people. Do you guys have anybody you want to shout out before we get started? Any of your favorites? I can't believe I made my panel silent. That's crazy. That's a way to get you to shut up.
We're in shell shock right now because we didn't know what was happening a minute ago. So we'll definitely shout out to Lainey Sullivan. She's the best. I think we all know that about Lainey. She just she works hard, so she's the best. Always here to support, and we're happy about that. That's for sure.
We do love.
Shout out to Lainey, but also Joe Ray. Joe Ray has just been an awesome supporter. He's always got positive comments, and I see him everywhere. So shout out to Joe Ray.
Yeah, he's definitely getting out there. Jump in there, Andy. Now that he got you warmed up.
All of our circle folks who are helping all of us grow quickly on Google+. Obviously, Billy's here, and Michael Q. Todd and Scott Bueller, and
great circles.
Yeah, really taking it to the next level in the circle shares.
Yeah, I'm loving that mega ball.
Yeah, they are fun to see. I mean, gosh, it's not a lot of work, is it, you guys?
The Extreme Wheel is launching later today.
Oh, good news. Boom. You know, Michael Q. Todd had a post that said that not everybody had reshared. I mean, like, you know, less than half. So there's a lot of room on that mega ball this week. If you haven't shared that yet, you know, I would jump on right away because he's really watching. He's really on top of it, and he's going to change them up for that third week, and it's huge. I mean, I saw the ripple effects that had you in it, Billy Funk. They were like, I mean, it's huge. It's all over.
It was hanging around.
Check out the ripple on it. Definitely check out the ripple on it.
It's cool looking. Yeah, I saw the ripple. It was great.
All right, guys. So I mean, we are obviously we're going to talk about brand. We're going to come back to circles because what I want each of you to do is to just quickly talk about what your presence is right now and what your brand is, because I think that's a great way to launch into this. And then we're going to talk about this. We got everybody warmed up with this with the circles. So Billy, I'm actually going to start with you, brother, and just tell us quickly. You are coming in out of nowhere and blowing things up in Google. So let's talk about what's going on with your brand.
Sure. My name's Billy Funk out of Chicago. I am the extreme networker. I love networking and extreme sports. And I've been on Google Plus now for actively for 2.5 months. And I've built a following of 10,000. And I'm just excited. Check me out on YouTube. And I've got an entire, I guess, following on Facebook right now that is all moving over to Google Plus. They don't know it all yet, though.
We are definitely going to talk about that dynamic, which is really interesting. Logan and I were talking about this with Lainey as well. She's also doing the same thing. Very interesting. It's hard for people to do, but it is possible for sure. So next I'm going to go. I'm going to head down south of the border to Randy in Panama. Tell us about your brand.
Well, as you know, my wife and I, we like to say
Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle, she's cooking us lunch right now. Woohoo.
Also, nice. She is cooking.
You're a
us
lucky
lunch.
guy. You are a lucky guy. I'll tell you what.
So we're all about Latin America. I actually I checked on Circle Count yesterday, and I did not know this, but Annabelle and I are the only 2 verified Google users in all of Latin America. Not including Mexico, because that country is bigger than all the rest of them put together. But Honduras, Panama, Nicaragua, all those countries, we're the only 2 verified. So that's pretty exciting. It's a nice brand that we get to go out. It's nice to go to a company and say, hey, you want to work with people that are verified by Google? Hey, check it out.
I love that.
So it's pretty exciting.
Well, and that's interesting because I know when we originally talked about it, we knew it was just you guys have definitely crushed Panama in a good way and have dominated net, but now it's literally getting into a region, which is interesting. So we're going to come back to that too, because what I want people to hear too is how everyone's doing it. And again, you always hear me preach about there's different recipes for things, so don't feel like one specific thing that Billy or Logan or Randy or myself are doing are the ticket, but you can take these different pieces and make them work for yourself. That's me on my little soapbox. All right, Lo loves Billy. Mia loves Lo, by the way. Let's hear about your brand. I love what you're doing.
So, well, it's actually evolved pretty rapidly. When I started really getting on Google Plus and getting on Facebook and really starting to build my brand, I was my focus was really real estate here in Philadelphia. So the angle at that point was that Logan loves Philly, and I was blogging about different things going on in Philly and making sure everybody had the information from that, and that was really that Logan loves Philly, and it. What I've found is, and I would say to anybody, don't be afraid to do this either. Let your brand morph. Go with it. From there, once I, really kind of saw all the benefits I was getting from working with social media, I started to really get into it and really start to learn about the different aspects. And I started to work. I had other people who I was working with. I obviously work with a lot of business owners and things like that, just through real estate, that said, hey, how are you doing this? I see you all all over the social media. I'd love to get involved with it for my business. And I started to consult on that, and it turned into this idea. I used Socialytical, and the idea from that was it was like a political campaign. It's the same as a marketing campaign, kind of bring in all different things, and that's really morphed into ultimately what I found is it's my passion is kind of the strategic end, is that SEO piece, and by SEO I don't mean the typical definition of backlinking and all that stuff that doesn't work anymore, but really kind of aligning yourself and your website and your image, the best way it possibly can, incorporating social media. So, from there it's moved. There's a whole other branch that it's called Logical. So there's a few different brands that I'm working with, but it really does all stem from, that personal, that personal touch, which is that Logan loves Philly, Lo loves Philly. you know, sort of based. But yeah, I mean, it hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been totally planned out. I've just kind of gone with it. It's organic, but you know what? It's me. And Google Plus really gives you a platform to kind of expand on it, and don't be afraid not to throw it out there if it's not perfect right now, exactly what you want. Go for it, see what happens. So.
Yeah, see, and I like that too. You and I are probably the most similar on this panel too, because I think for me it's been somewhat accidental, but I love that too. You can kind of test and see what works. You know, I've got things like, you know, Back Crap Crazy. I've got, you know, my little dolls that somebody made for me. And Christine, by the way, I would just like to point out my Charlie Brown Christmas tree here in the background.
I love a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
I figured that's the whole thing, so that's all I can
That makes me so happy.
I know, exactly. So happy holidays to everybody out there. I'm going color specific. But, you know, I think it is kind of fun. You got to pick, you know, to pick the different aspects of your brand. You know, for me, it's Back Crap Crazy, Get Your Learn On. I'm morphing between Mia Voss and the Mia Connect, but it's all coming to a brand on Google+. And I can tell that for all of us, Google+ has become, you know, the platform where we've taken the message and then really blown it up. But again, I think it's okay to also kind of play around and just figure out what's working. What do you guys think about that?
Absolutely, it takes time. Don't think it's going to happen overnight. Yes, Billy did a great job. You know, he's doing wonderful, and I think that he's going to reap the benefits quickly as long, you know, sticks to his message and posts about his specific message. And I don't recommend people go too wide. Keep your message with like 2 or 3 different topics and stick to it. Like mine is, you know, Panama, investing, and, you know, traffic. Those are my 3 main subjects.
I like that. I think yeah, maybe 3. You know, just like what you say, and a lot of us that are in social media, choose maybe 3 platforms that you really love, and keep everything at least updated. But boom, and push in on a couple of them. Mine, of course, are Facebook and LinkedIn and Google, and I do some Twitter too. But I mean, it's definitely, you know, I love to keep those fresh. But I love the idea, Randy. That's great. Maybe picking like 3 words that really are your themes, and then just
the keyword, keyword idea, right?
There you go.
SEO. There you go.
Yeah, but keep that in everything in your life too. Billy, jump in on that one, darling.
I was gonna say, I mean, I've learned online that if you stay consistent and persistent with your messages, people will see that you're not going away, that you're a man or a woman of your word, and you're doing exactly that day in and day out. When you do that, and people see that, you know, you're not going away, that you're staying strong in what you're strong in, you know, they're kind of forced to listen to you.
Well, and I think it's that goes back to with anything in business, where if you're just flipping around on your allegiance to different things, people are like, I don't know what you're doing now, you know. And now that's not to say also we all know it with. I mean, I've certainly recreated. Some of you know one of my main businesses I had for 12 years is I'm a building inspector with the hard hat and the whole thing. And you know, I just don't, you know, maybe I'll post a selfie of me on a job site, but other than that, you know, that's one of my money makers. But I don't need to have that out here. It's just more of a funny thing when I boss men around. But you know, I mean, I definitely think that as long as you are staying consistent and not confusing people, Billy, you're totally on the mark with that one too. Let's see what else we've got. Shannon Man, hi brother. He says, Logan, that's a great thought. I love that you are open to just seeing what happens when you're on this network. I think we all subscribe to that. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Like we're not putting you know, we're open to, I mean, talk about engagement. We're open to whoever wants to, you know, engage with us authentically, correct?
Yeah. Well, this is personal, you know. I mean, it's, you know, ultimately, I mean, yeah, you know, I want to stay, you want to be focused, certainly, but at the same time, this is me. So if I have a new thing that I love, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to come out with it. I'm a person. I mean, that's, you know, each of these brands here on Google+, you know, you're branding yourself, but you're a person, and I think that's really the key, is that, you know, I'm not thinking every single moment about, you know, whether or not what I'm posting, you know, is part of the ultimate goal. It's really just, it's me. And so if there's something I love and it's going great, if there's a product, if there's an app, if there's a new website, if there's something like that that I think is awesome, like, I'm going to throw it out there hard.
Which, you know, I just have to say, we have to keep it down to a dull rar when you and I do Hangouts, because Randy and I laugh about it. Like Logan, you are always on the cutting edge of cool stuff, and me with short attention span, that ain't good. Because I'd be like, oh, that's cool too, and then I haven't gotten anything done because I'm checking out something cool that Logan just told me about. So
I'm like, you gotta check this out. I know.
Yeah, and
I'm
listen,
such a geek, such an app nerd. Yeah, I love
hot nerd. Hashtag hot nerd.
There's some great stuff out there, though. I can't stop.
there is. Hey, I'm going to segue real quick into another question that I've asked Randy before. Amber wants to know, how do you get Google certified? And I have to clarify, this is not Google certified that you've got the vanity URL, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know what I mean? People got confused by that.
Yeah,
so,
different.
Randy, talk about how you got so cool, you and Annabelle.
Well, it's actually being verified.
Yeah.
Your URL has nothing to do with the verification process. When I started using Google Plus back in July of 2011, I didn't really take it serious for my first couple months. But once I did, I got the attention of Google Chile. It's the head of Google in South America, and they contacted me. We did a hangout, and they're like, "What are you doing? How come you're getting so many followers? This is amazing. You know, could you be like?" I'm not going to say they asked me to be a brand ambassador, but that's what I kind of felt like they were asking me to do. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll preach Google everywhere and Google Plus everywhere. And I came back to him about a year later. It was about almost a year ago, and I said, hey, look, could you get me verified? He's like, I'll look into that, Randy. So he did myself and my wife, and that's how that worked out for me. I don't have an actual recipe for success to get that done, because if you're in the U.S., you have to go through the U.S. Google in the U.S. I'm in South America, so I got it done down here.
Yeah, so, there are some steps you can take, though. That, and they have rich snippets that you can embed on your website, and there's a few different steps you can take. That'll definitely come up when we do SEO Power Hour with Lainey and I. It's a huge part of that kind of that new age kind of SEO is that authorship and taking control of your own content, and if you are verified, then it's a great way to make sure that people know that your stuff is for real. And it obviously, as we've all seen those authored search results, you get a picture and your name next to some of that stuff, especially your website. It's a great way to jump it up. So.
Randy Hilarski.
Yeah, there's a few different things. There's a few different steps to it. But yeah, to get just a person verified, yeah, Randy's kind of on he's definitely ahead of the wave on a whole new level. But that's why he's here, right? That's why he's here.
Hey, what's that old saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works with verification, guys.
I guess so, and we all feel like it's like, work hard and you get your verification, but it seems like it's a little bit of a crapshoot. So I'm saying that so that people don't feel left out. I think continue with the really consistent posting, though. One thing I always think is good too is to kind of do a little bit of house cleaning and get a fresh set of eyes on all your information. So literally have a friend of yours or somebody like Logan, I'm going to have you do this, so heads up. Because Randy's under from you too. Have somebody just come in and look at all your junk and look at your website, look at your postings. You know what I mean. Look at your postings, like look at all your different things. That's some things I do for a lot of when I work with the serial entrepreneurs, is go look at all this high level, like how's it looking, and see if there's a consistent message. So I do suggest that maybe a quarterly thing or a monthly thing to say, hey, could you please go look at my stuff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get the fresh set of eyes on it. So
streamline it and make sure, yeah, exactly.
So I think hire your weaknesses. If you stay strong in whatever you're strong in, find people that you can either partner up with that are strong in your weaknesses, or hire your weaknesses.
Yes.
You can't expect to know everything and do everything. It's literally impossible. And if you become good at everything, well, then you're never going to be great at something. So find something that you're great at.
Yeah, thank you. And I love
here's my philosophy. Find something you're good in, get great at it, and then keep going till you're awesome, and then find people that are awesome in areas that you're not, and just form a team, a unified unit, a partnership, something, and you guys will be more powerful together. You'll impact more people, and your message will go out, and it can absolutely be unstoppable.
That's one thing they always say with entrepreneurs too.
Sorry.
With entrepreneurs too, they say the best entrepreneurs, A players hire A players. That you don't hire B players, you don't hire below you, and you really do. You want to surround yourself with coming back to really building your brand and building your online presence. I mean, you want to surround yourself with people that have the tools, have the skills to really bring you to another level, because we can't have every single skill, but we can know our brand and know business well enough to find the people that do.
Yeah, really and I got something to say for that. Ralph Kaiser, the founder of Edge Exchange, he has a good saying for that. He says, "We're better together." So find some good people, lock your arms together and go and hit it. It's just so powerful.
I'll jump in on that too, because I have partnered up with Randy and Ralph on that with Edge, and that is the great thing. When we do hangouts together, it's pretty funny because it's not that everybody's different. We just are bringing something new to the table that the other person doesn't have. I think entrepreneurs are really good about recognizing that. We're also really bad at times of thinking that we can do everything at once. You guys are all saying that, Billy. I love that. I think hiring what you don't like to do is probably the best step that anybody can take with their business. I met with a friend of mine the other day who works for a large corporation, and he was telling me the other day, this is sort of in the same vein, that he has a reverse mentor, and that means that they literally have hired somebody younger that's straight out of college, that's really great with social media and all the different things. He's in his 40s, to reverse mentor him on these patterns and these things that he doesn't know jack squat about. So I love that. So think outside the box. You don't have to know everything. Guys, think about that with Google Plus, about how awesome that is, that you can just take 2 seconds and just start looking around. And I find Logan, who's got her finger on the pulse of every cool thing I need to download. Billy's doing awesome videos. That's how I ran across Billy, and I think it's from Christine DeGraff that the biggest thing that you did, Billy, was after the changes in Google, you made that video that went super viral, very simple. That worked great. Randy, you post stuff all the time that's just going viral, and you're always like pulling out the stuff how to do. So that's why I bring everybody on the social media power chat. They just know how to do stuff, right?
Yeah. Randy's like the viral machine, and anything he touches just like turns to gold.
Yes. Randy's not my golden egg.
You got a cool group, don't I?
We love this.
Cool.
I have somebody just posted over here too that said, he said something about, isn't it important to just be natural, like what you like? That's from Adam Villano. Brother, that is what we're preaching. Yes, we have a lot of things. We talked about this in the green room before. I think what you can do is take what a lot of all these powerhouses are doing, or figure out, you hear it, and then create again your own recipe. And the biggest thing across the board is that all of us are authentic. You never see us reposting something we don't agree with, or we're just doing. Yeah, we're strategic, but it's because it's coming from our authentic message. Agreed?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys, so let's jump into, for each one of you, what's kind of your, let's talk about a couple of your recipes then. What's your thing that you love to do? Billy, I just mentioned about your videos. Give me 2 or 3 things that you do during the week that just work for you, and I want you to loop in I'm gonna pad the answer. Loop in what you do on Facebook too, honey.
Sure. I do a lot of mindset, your marketing. So I started doing a 1 minute, I called it my minute mindset motivation video. I started doing that probably 2 or 3 months ago, and it's funny, I had a timer right there, and it just never ever went a minute. It's hard for me to stop at a minute, so I threw the timer away, and every week I come out with a video, and I stay consistent and persistent. Sometimes it's motivation, sometimes it's a Google Plus message, sometimes maybe it's lead generation. But I'm always out there with the video almost every single week. And then I put out some positive motivation pictures a lot of times. And my extreme wheel on Google Plus, which I'll be launching later today, it's my 7th one, and 6 out of the 7 have been number 1, 2, or 3 in terms of the most reshared circle share, out of every single circle share of that week in the world. 6 out of 7 were. So it's going really well with those. And I connect, and then I do a little bit more connecting with like-minded people.
It's getting easier and easier to do, isn't it?
It's attraction marketing at its best.
It is, and I'm going to say this too, that with Billy, that's the great thing I love. I go and watch him because I don't feel like I'm getting anything crammed down my throat. I'm just getting something, some good positive information, and I'm coming back to it. So I'd say for anybody who's in it, kind of, we're all in a sales position of some sort, but definitely emulate Billy in that sense of like how to have attraction marketing, not shove it down your throat marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love it that you are. We talked about this before. I have not married my Facebook and Google Plus world as much. I love having my, what I call my 303 here in Denver. And then my Google Plus world that's, I mean, look at this. We've got both. We've got at least one. We've got Philly, Chicago, Panama, Denver. And that's all from my Google Plus world. I mean, it makes my heart so happy. So you really have, I can see you are actively working on making sure that you're bringing people over there. And I know, Logan, you and Lainey are doing that as well. So, Logan, I'm going to jump to you real quick. Tell us some of your simple strategies you use for building your brand and then being really consistent.
Well, again, I think you know, it really comes down to that, like, you know, what I was talking about before is kind of really just being human, you know, and remembering that that's the basis of this. I mean, this is social media. It's about, you know, you're human, and any brand or any company that you're going to build here on Google Plus or on social media needs to have that really human aspect. You know, I was just reading, and one thing I do is I read, you know, I read a lot. I'm constantly
I actually don't read
articles.
anymore. I just call
constant. I mean, just constantly reading. It's crazy. You know, all different articles. And I just read, and it was a study from McKinsey, which is, you know, a huge consulting company, and it was about how personalization could deliver 5 to 8 times more return on investment and lift sales 10%. I mean, it's becoming so important to just keep it personal. And, you know, when you do keep it personal, it doesn't mean always, you know, being perfect. I mean, there's, you know, you don't, you know, with brands and everything, I think for a long time, you know, they've kind of shied away from that personal aspect because you don't want to tie it to one person because, you know, people are fallible. And so I think for me, that's really the biggest thing is that I'm going to say what I want to say about what I want to say it about. It's never going to be inauthentic. You know, if I like something, you're going to know it. If I don't like something, you're probably going to know it. You know, and I think that's really the biggest thing is to really just keep it personal. And in the same vein of that, you know, making sure that you're being responsive, you know, to other people on Google Plus and really reaching out to a bunch of other people. You know, the other night, I was sitting online, and I think I was waiting to do a hangout with someone, or I thought someone was going to be on, and I started to go through who my contacts were on Hangouts, and I leave that wide open. And I actually I pinged a great guy. He's probably on today, and I can't see the comments, but Mark Sadell. You know, I'd never spoken to him before. Set up a Hangout, had an awesome conversation, you know, with Mark Sadell, and he's doing some really awesome stuff. Has an awesome blog, and he can throw the URL up in the comments if he's here. But you know, just really being personal. Get to know people. You know, if you're, you know, let people know what your message is, what's going on, and just keep it, you know, really kind of keep it from that angle. I think that's the biggest thing is you know, no matter how big the brand gets, you know, remember that, you know, while you are the brand, you're still the person, number one, and I think that's the most important thing.
I think you've got a really great, again, you and I are really close on that. I mean, I love how, it's the same thing, you know, Low Loves Philly, and y'all do the low loves. I mean, and that's what's great too. Low loves it. It's still professional because you're talking about professional things. You're bringing up articles. You're bringing up information, but then putting your little tag on it. I love that too. And by the way, our brother Mark is not here today. I believe he's saying something else, but he'll be watching it. So we got to make sure we shout him out and make sure that he gets his blog in there too. Sure. I love that guy too. He actually pinged me with an idea the other day. I mean, talk about fun stuff. Same thing. These people are feeling comfortable to say, I've got an idea. Could we brainstorm or something like that? That I have not had on Facebook. I love me some Facebook. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's not happening over there. The big ideas aren't happening over there.
Yeah. Up in here is where shit gets done. And there you have it. So, yeah. All right, Randy. Let's talk about, enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Well, my strategy or what I do is, 1, I curate people, and 2, I create awesome content. That's my goal every day. I make my own GIFs. Not everyone that I share, but you know, I make my own GIFs. I write my own articles. I don't go copy other people's articles and rewrite them in my own words. I try to stick to my own stuff, and you know, shout people out. If you see something happening that somebody's doing awesome, mention them. Write an article about them. You know, make a listly list. Like I had my best one yet was the red carpet list. You know, Google Plus red carpet, and that was so much fun. People loved it, and you know, curate people. You will get it back 100-fold. whatever you do, you help people up the ladder, they're gonna keep pushing you. So
yeah, it's not forgotten here. Yeah.
It is not forgotten. No.
And now I also want to temper Randy's comments a little bit because Randy and Annabelle Hilarski are powerhouses. I've attached myself to them, first of all, because I just love them and they crack me up. Greg will walk in and be like, "Are you on with Panama again?" I'm like, "Yeah." Having another hangout with Panama. We're going to get down there. But here's what I love that you guys have done. You both have strengths. Annabelle also does a lot of graphics. She, in her own right, is the social media powerhouse. So you two curate and create a lot of great things individually and together. And I will say, if you do want to see how it gets done right, go look at Randy's blog post. I can't keep up. I realize for myself, for my brand, what I do is this. And talk with people and just get excited and shout people out. I love sharing, so I just share Randy's stuff because it's so well done. I can't, that's me. So I want to encourage you that if go look at each one of everybody on the panel at their things and take those. But again, Randy's got it going on with curating and doing the Listly and things like that make me do that Martian squeezy head. My eyes bulge out when I try and think about doing that myself too, but it's fun. Again, the power of everybody together is that you can go and see what people are doing, different things. I'm going to shout out Chef Dennis. What up? Love this guy.
Hey,
people do business.
Love this guy.
And Chef's show is on right after this. People do business with others because of the personal connection. We can always find others doing the same thing or selling the same product. It's the personal connection that makes the difference. Holla.
So true.
I think that pretty much nails it down too. All right, let's talk some other specifics too. So Randy, you and I have partnered up on Edge. We're using that for web traffic to get our message out, and we're gonna go to that. But what are some other things? And we can talk about that now. But I want to have Billy and Logan also pipe in on some real practical tools that you're using. We talked about Logan. That I'm probably gonna mess it up. The EverContact.
EverContact?
Yep, that's one of your new ones too.
That was going to be my back crap crazy, but if you want to go there, then
well, I want to give everybody some, besides our own personal ways to connect things, some actual business tools that we're using too. So Randy, I'm going to finish up with us on Edge because we're going to nail it, and then Billy, what are some of the things that you're using? Do you have any kind of programs or anything that you're using that you could throw out there and really push? Did I lose him?
I think he's delayed. He made a comment that he is delayed, so he might be going to phone.
Billy, and it looks really good though. Okay, Billy, we're gonna let you. Okay, hon, Logan, I'm gonna jump to you, Randy. Then we'll jump in together. So tell us some. And Evernote, I know you are. You are always looking for things. So throw some more things out there that people can use.
The EverContact, I'm a huge fan of that, for sure. That's a program that it goes into. You can have it crawl back 5 years in your email list and gather all those email addresses. And then what it does is it updates them using your social media platforms, updates all those contacts. And comes back at you, and you can export those to a CSV file. I personally did it, and I'm pretty on top of keeping those contacts and keeping them up to date. And I put it and I export it to a CSV, and I put it into LinkedIn, and overnight I gained up 800 new contacts on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is really my jam. I obviously Google Plus is for sure where I spend the majority of my time. You can't spend as much time over on LinkedIn because not as much is going on. Of course, it's not as social. But that being said, when you make a contact on LinkedIn, it's really assumed that it can be a business contact. And as soon as I do that, I know that if I connect with someone immediately, I can send you a message. Here's what I'm doing, and the social media stuff really works for anybody. Anybody's business should be doing it. So that's really my thing. So to gain that many contacts overnight, you can't do a circle share over on LinkedIn. So to gain that many contacts, was huge. So yeah, that EverContact tool is just amazing. I'm using it all the time. Another program I'm really crazy about is I use HubSpot a lot. I don't know if anybody goes to that website. But they have a new program called Signals, and you can get it as a Chrome extension. You can try it out for free for a month. It's a program, it integrates with your email. It also integrates with Salesforce and HubSpot. It's a program that that you can, when you send an email, it'll immediately tell you when somebody opens it. It'll also immediately tell you if somebody clicks a link. If you integrate it with your HubSpot and have it on your website, it'll also tell you if somebody, once that person opens that email, when they come to your website, it'll tell you, hey, they're on your website right now. You can see what they're doing, what links are they clicking, what services are they interested in. You know exactly what they're interested in, so that when they leave, you know, did they look at pricing? Did they look at this? Did they look at this white paper that I have that could show them, you know, some other services? And if they didn't, I can send them one more article, you know, one more piece of marketing material that I think that they could benefit from, and just let them know, hey, you know, I saw that you were looking at this stuff. Here's, you know, a few more things that I think could help. So that's, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you're really on a whole new level with that as well. So those are a couple tools that I am all over. And after that free month, it's $10 a month. So we're not talking about a ton of money. The EverContact, I think it's $59 for the entire year. So we're not talking about a ton of money. You know what? And again, consider the return on investment. I mean, it's huge. I mean, again, it's just personalizing it. I don't have to talk to you in a way that I don't know what you're doing when you're on my website. I can tell what you're looking for. You know, I don't have, you know, it's very personal. So those are two that I'm crazy about right now. I'm all over those.
And then, but please post those again.
Well, for sure.
Logan's got this all the time, and I love how you not only come up with things, but you let people know how you use them too. Is what I think about you too, because there's, I mean, you can say, hey, try this, and you go, what am I going to do with it? Because there's 50 million new things that come out a day. So thank you for that too. We're going to jump over to
I've used them all. So
yeah, I know, I love that. You're like the king's tester. You know how they always have one of those guys that just test stuff. Like, baby, try that. Tell me how that works.
My poor Google Chrome, you know, sometimes it gets so backed up that it crashes. But yeah, I've tried them all. So if you have a question, I'm sure if you're thinking about downloading one, just let me know.
Yes, and Lance Fields, actually, we're jumping around. There's so many good things. He says, once all these contacts and connections are made, how do you leverage them? You know, I think you were just mentioning that too, Logan, of like, you know, it just depends on what that person is and how they're interacting with you. Would you guys agree on that one?
Yeah.
How do you leverage the contacts?
Well,
I think it depends on where it is too.
It also depends on what's your goal, what's your mission, what's your product. You know,
That's right.
What are you looking to leverage them for? I mean, that's one of the things that I do is I like to target market. I like to go out there and find the exact type of person that's looking for somebody like myself, that's looking for an extreme, wants motivational video, somebody that wants maybe network marketing advice or tips and tricks, somebody that wants you know, to watch different Google Plus tips and updates. So one of my favorite tools is CircleScope and Circle Count. I mean, on Circle Count alone, you know, you can go into the tags, click on profile in terms of top profiles, and then click on any tag up at the top, and you'll be able to pull up whoever's got the most amount of followers for that tag. Those are the influencers for that tag. You know, if you're an affiliate marketer, go to affiliate marketing. If you're into I don't know, maybe birds or tigers, I'm sure if you typed in tigers in the tag spot and you looked at who's into tigers, you're going to find Scott Bueller. He's got 56,000 followers. He's probably right.
This goes back to those keywords and finding out, you know, not just but like what do I personify? And then you can always look at those. That's awesome, Billy. I love that.
And CircleScope is phenomenal.
You're all over those two tools. You're really good with Circle Count, or it was CircleScope you got me into the other day.
I was given a secret treasure map from Scott Bueller on how to use CircleScope and Google Plus, and well, the results speak for themselves.
The tags and stuff. Yeah, was that
10,000 followers in 2 months. I mean, it's. I could do it again though. That's the thing. Here's the thing. Lainey Sullivan is using the system right now. She's got 4,000 followers in less than a month. Shannon Young's got almost 3,000. Troy Foster's got almost 3,500. So it's duplicatable, and that's what I'm all about, is finding something that everybody can do, something that can be replicated and duplicated, because there's power in numbers. If you got only one person yourself, well, there's only so much you can do. There's always a wall. But if you got more people, you're leveraging the fact that you've got more promoters, more connectors that are doing what you can do.
Gotcha, and I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate, but real quick, hey, Logan, will you go into the comments and type in those two things somebody was wanting to know, the website? With that being said, because Billy, I know the answer to this.
Bring it, Mia, bring it.
Yeah, you're like, come on. I want to I want you to clarify for people, because I know it is that these really are authentic. I mean, you can say you build it in 10,000, but clarify too, because I know you've got a recipe to making sure these are 10,000 authentic people, not just a bunch of bot people in your circle. There you go.
Here's the thing: these aren't bots. So I mean, there's other social media platforms where people buy their followers, and you know, when you look at somebody's maybe Twitter, 100,000 person follower, Instagram, they maybe not all real. And when you look at the engagement, it's very low. And you're like, okay, they got 100,000 followers, but there's no engagement. Let me tell you this: you can go on Circle Account, you can go to Billy Funk, and you can go on anybody's profile that's on Circle Account. You can find exactly what their engagement is like. If you were to scroll down my profile, you would see a straight arrow going up, but right underneath that, you would see that I'm averaging right now somewhere around 28 reshares per post, 20-something comments per post, and 112 plus ones. That's engagement. Bots can't plus comment and reshare.
Thank you, sweetie. And that is real. I wanted to be devil's advocate so that people could really know that's what it's all about. Again, get your own recipe on that, but that's what it's all about. Randy, I know that you have mastered this as well and have grown, and we're all size queens here, have grown our numbers very effectively, organically. Mine have grown because of the show and because of doing the circle shares. Randy, let's talk about that, and then let's talk about some of the tools that you use that actually we're both using.
Well, I use Circle Scope. I've been using it for about a year now. You have to keep your circles clean. There will be people that fall off who stop using Google+. It's the nature of the game, right? They come on, they start using it, they find out that it's a little bit too difficult. They didn't find someone like, Billy found Scott Bueller, and Scott showed him exactly, he gave him the recipe to go out and do it. Now, if everyone went to Scott's website and read his article, he has a really good How to Master Google+, I think it's called. Something like that.
I think he's got several of them right there on his website.
Yeah, it's a great tool. I had someone ask me today on Facebook, hey, how do I use Google+? Well, here, go to Scott's website, download it.
Exactly, and we're going to post that too, by the way, you guys. So
I don't have a better recipe than what Scott already made. Okay, so listen to the master, one of the masters. All right. So we all use different tools, and Billy, there is one way you can buy followers on Google+, and there are people doing it. They're running ads. And I'm an ad guy myself, with the Edge Ad Exchange. That's what Mia and I are part of. I mean, we actually tried it. My wife started Social Media Guia. It's a Spanish page for everything about social media. It's a community. So we went and we ran an ad, $1 per day, and within 3 days, Anna had 70 followers on her community. So if you want to, you can go out there and pay for followers. It's different than somebody who just buys 1,000 followers for a Twitter page, because those aren't real followers, right? Those are not authentic, real followers. If you're running ads, these people are actually clicking, and then they're following you through that route. So that's how that works. So it can happen. Use every tool that's at your disposal. People say, oh, why would someone purchase followers? I don't care how they got their followers. I don't care how the person found them. They have a new follower. So that's the end goal, right? You want to grow your community.
Because they average numbers too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you got a follower, if you got an engager, okay, does it really matter? As long as you did everything in the legal and moral confines, how you got that person. So, I mean, if somebody's bashing circle shares, well, let me tell you something. There's no better way to get followers than the circle shares. Now, it's not the entire piece of the at all, but if you want to grow, followers fast, circle shares and do exactly what Randy just told you.
Yeah. That's an ingredient in your recipe, you guys. That's all it is.
The way that you're getting followers, who cares? I mean, if you have a terrible message, and if you're just trying to go out there and get, a bunch of followers and not really, back it up with anything great. I mean, Billy, listen, however you get your followers, people are staying because, your stuff's awesome. Like, that's the bottom line. I mean, if you had no message and you were just, it was a fake profile, they wouldn't stay there. You know, I mean, there's tools that easily make it so that they don't have to. I mean, we can, you know, we can look at CircleScope. You can just pull people out based on who hasn't engaged with you in the last 30 days. If you're not engaging with them, you're gone. You're off the list. So it can't just be a robot. And regardless of how they first get your message, I mean, it's like advertising in any business. I mean, the first time that they get it, it doesn't matter how that is. It's the reason that they stay. It's the reason why they like what they see.
That's right.
It doesn't matter how the first step is, for sure.
That's right. So. And I will say, with that being said, you know, even having a ton of people in your circles doesn't change if you suck. So you got that going on.
No, it does not. It really doesn't.
that does not change your
Amen.
at all. I will tell you, I want to plug my show sponsor real quick because he is one of the reasons why things run well for me. It's Tech Minds Group. He actually does a lot of helps people with integrating Google Apps with their whole system, very similar to the system that you talked about. He pimped my ride, so that has helped me because I had stuff all over the place. I just wanted to say Tech Minds Group out of Denver, and that's Joe Romeo. He's been on the show before. I'm going to post his information on there. And on the ads, I've done the same thing. I've done ads with Edge Ad Exchange that Randy and I are involved with, and what I've done and use it simply for is to say, come and look at the social media power chat because it's such an open thing. So it really is about what content you put in that ad and how you target it. And I got boots on the ground on my website, which is what I was looking for, and people over here watching the show. So decide what your message is. I think you guys are going to see the main running theme across this whole thing is you've got to know what your call to action is, right? What is it you're wanting people to come to you for? What are you going to put out there? And then you can just build everything after that. Right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting on my little soapbox. We're getting close to because there's so many of us and we love so much stuff. I'm gonna jump into the Bat Crap Crazy for everybody. So Billy, did you come up with a Bat Crap Crazy this week? Because I know you got a lot of things you love.
There's so many.
Told ya.
I'm Bat Crap Crazy. For Scott Bueller, I mean, 10,000 followers, the map, the secret sauce. Thank you, Scott.
The bromance has been mentioned in the comments, by the way.
Apparently, he's my brother from another mother. I mean, we connected right away. He was like, dude, I feel like, you know, we're brothers. Like, I'm like, same here, man. You know, so Scott Bueller, thank you, man.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sneak into Bat Crap Crazy because I'm really Bat Crap Crazy for, like, is it Joseph Montez and, like, Ray Dietrich, the guys that I mean, that's some bromance going on right there. There's probably bro dates planned. I mean, I can tell.
Joe and Ray are awesome. They're two of my other business partners, and, yeah, they are rocking and rolling. If you're looking for phone verified leads, get a hold of Joe, Ray, or myself.
Yes. And speaking of, I meant to say they posted on Facebook that you're moving on up, Wheezy, because they posted a picture of the Jeffersons on you the other day. So I wanted to say that for you guys. Hey Logan, what's your BCC? What are you Bat Crap Crazy?
Well,
about?
again, it was going to be our contacts. I'm flipping out for these guys. But yeah, in the signals, you know, obviously Google Plus. I'm such a huge fan. God. Let me think about it. Go to Randy. Let me.
And then we've got it. I mean, literally, we're doing well on time. So
yeah, we've got like 2 more hours, Logan. So you're fine.
And then I also want to take some more comments. I want to also say, I want to jump to Randy. If anybody has any questions that I didn't see, please pipe them in here again, and then we're gonna read some more comments. Randy, give me your Bat Crap Crazy. I know it's that hot wife of yours. Let's start with that.
I'm crazy for her. Yeah.
I have to do. We're all Bat Crap Crazy.
I really am. I wish she was making me lunch. I don't know, but
yeah.
She's sitting right here on the couch. Yeah.
Hi, Hobbit.
She just made you lunch. I love her.
Yeah. She couldn't wait for me.
It's not fair.
Yeah, we're on our way to Costa Rica here in a couple hours. We have to go do our run for the border. You have to do it for me, it's every 6 months. So it's time to go to the border, go hang out on the beach for a couple days.
Yeah, sounds rough.
So yes, I want to say that Edge Ad Exchange, the things that Ralph has given us the ability to make a killer income. You know, I live in Panama. Ralph lives in Edmonton. Mia's in Denver. We got partners all over. We got people in Japan, Australia. And this is kicking
Italy.
butt. We're about to launch our premium, which includes Google AdWords, Yahoo, Bing, all App Nexus, all the large ad exchanges, all under one roof. Guys, this is going to be killer. this is going to be an opportunity for small businesses to compete with the big media organizations. And not many people have that opportunity. Well, guess what, guys? You met me on Google+. So,
exactly.
Hook up with Mia and I, and, we'll guide you along the way. We're looking for advertisers. Advertisers, obviously, that's where the money's made, right? Affiliates, all we're asking as affiliates is that, we're not charging any money for you to be part of this. Facebook doesn't charge money to run ads, right? AdWords doesn't charge money to run ads. We're not going to charge money to run ads. So partner up with us as an affiliate. If you have a background in marketing, any social media professionals, if you're an SEO professional and maybe you're not making as much money as you used to and you want a new revenue stream, contact us. So that's what I'm back crap crazy about. And it's been just a tremendous week. I have to say, thanks to Billy and Michael Q. Todd and Scott Bueller and all these guys, I got like 1,500 new followers this week.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! That's huge. Circle shares, folks.
Yeah.
Get in, be part of it.
It
I
is.
was just gonna say that. Yeah.
And tell me where you think who has the best explanation. So Scott Bueller's got it for circle shares. Christine DeGraff was really big into it. We're going to post a couple of links for you so you can understand it. I know it was very overwhelming for me in the beginning, but once you get it and then just figure out your little recipe of who you want to follow, it definitely works. Same thing for me as well. So do you guys have any suggestions on other people we should follow for circles that you love? Billy's doing a great too.
Mike Alton.
Yeah, Michael Q. Todd's got him. Yeah.
Is Mike Alton doing circles? I didn't know that.
No, we're talking about. I'm just talking about
Michael Q. Todd.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Mike Alton.
Mike Q. Todd's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Who else that I can think of off the top of my head?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, because look at Billy. And he's back. Chicago is in the house.
I took it off my phone.
But yeah, oh no, you're doing great, honey. And we'll post those in there too. I'm gonna do a couple more comments real quick. Steampunk Beatery, hey girl, she was on my show last week. Great show. I do have a girl crush on her too. I'll just say it. So what? Right? Let's see what else we've got. Joseph Montez says thank you. Thank you. Lainey says Billy Funk and Scott Bueller bromance.
Yes, there is bromance.
This is my other girl crush, Linda Bate Johnson. I just have to say, she posted a picture the other day. She got me a signed copy of Gary Vaynerchuk. Talk about boy crush right there. His new book, The Jab Jab Right Hook.
Jab. Do you love him?
Yeah. I do
know that about you.
I do. I got a big crush on him. He was here in Denver a couple of years ago for Crush It, and I sat in the front like a total nerd. I think he was scared and probably got somebody to walk him to his car. Apparently Lynn did the same thing, but he also said something on Twitter about me the other day, and of course I had to do it. Oh yeah, I'll say
I
it.
watch like all his entrepreneur, all his.
Yes.
I mean, he really is all about positive. Like I watch a lot of his entrepreneur videos and like his interviews and things like that. Tons of energy, huh? So much energy.
What happened in the green room makes a whole lot more sense now, Mia.
What'd you say?
I said what happened in the green room makes a whole lot more sense.
I like that. I know you love it. Exactly.
Oh, it was very Vaynerchuk. You're right.
Oh yeah, with the potty mouth. Let's put it out to the universe for Gary Vaynerchuk to come on the show, and then you guys will be on it. We are romancing him for that. So
I've got him booked next week to come on one of my shows.
You won't, Gary.
What?
You won't.
Yeah. Did you just say you got him booked next week?
I'm manifesting it. Gary, if you're watching this right now, we're all fighting for you.
Let's get it in front of him. We gotta do something big.
Well, yeah, Lynn, it's a delicate romancing. We're gonna bromance Gary Vaynerchuk.
I'm gonna dare him to, and I think you won't.
I think double dog dare.
You won't, Gary. You won't. So prove me wrong, right?
I dare you not to come have fun and watch me spaz out in the green room, right? I'm going to segue real quick from my back crap crazy. I interviewed a guy this week. I'm doing a LinkedIn for college students interview series with this woman named Deborah Ferris, who is a LinkedIn intuitive coach. This woman is off the chain. I met her through Jack Crawford. There's another crush that I have. And Jim Palmer is the head of the Orange County, I think it's the Homeless Coalition. It's an organization. I apologize, I'm jacking it up. But this guy came on the other day, and he is I'm so back crap crazy about him. He's literally started doing volunteer work at 18 years old and has been in the not-for-profit world, like just off the chain. And one thing he reminded me about the other day, he said, we're so busy right now because we have so many volunteers that are helping and donating. And it really reminded me that you guys, I see everybody wanting to donate and do stuff. Please continue to do that. from January until November, because that is what I learned from Jim Palmer the other day of give, give, give all the way throughout the year. But I just want to give him a shout out. I kind of want to give him a big giant hug. He's out in California. So that's my back crap crazy, yo. And I'm gonna post that on there too. So any parting words?
Yeah, could I give one last I made my list this week, the Listly list of my
Did you check it twice?
Yeah, exactly. These are the teachers that got me to where I'm at today, and I just want to thank them all. You know, I had Neil Faree. I don't know if you guys know who Neil Faree is. Circle him up. Yeah, you gotta circle up Neil. Eileen Smith. Those of you guys, you know about blogging.
Crush.
Yeah, Eileen Smith. David Garland, for all the mediapreneurs out there who want to do podcasts and things like that. James Wedmore. If you're a YouTube person, get on with James Wedmore. Get on his list. I know Billy knows who James Wedmore is.
Preach it.
Joshua Berg, circle up Joshua. He's here on Google Plus, and he is the SEO. I learned all my SEO from Josh because he does such a great job. Obviously, Ralph Kaiser for the Edge Ad Exchange. Reginald Chan. If you're a WordPress person, get to know Reginald. He's out of Malaysia. This guy knows what he is doing. All right, his website's like ranked 20,000 in the world, and he's in Malaysia, and he doesn't even speak English as a first language. Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
My God.
He does
that's for that Google interpreter. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kim Roach for building lists and for email marketing and things like that. And then, of course, we have
it's all about the list.
Yeah. Pat Flynn, for those of you guys from Passive Income, My Passive Income or something like that. It's the name of his website. He does a great job, and he just really impressed me from the beginning. And I got on their list, and I listened to every email that they had. Find your coaches, your mentors, and learn, just like Billy did with Scott. And boom, look what Billy did on Google Plus.
Well, I did it before though too. When I was on Facebook, I found Joseph Montez and Ray Dietrich, and we partnered up. Ray runs traffic and can find sources better than anybody. Joe is one of the best SEO and bloggers that I know. And I'm the offline guy that now I guess is online. When you really combine your assets and stay true to what you're good at and then become awesome at it, man, the sky's the limit. Big shout out to Christine DeGraff, the Circle Queen. She'll always be my girl on Google+. I
like that new program she has, like 31 people in 31 days or whatever. She's like 31 people you should know.
She hit 40,000 followers this morning.
She did, and Jeff C. actually mentioned that too. This is why I'm going to give a big, hold on, that crap crazy, because Christine and I do the 15 minutes with Christine and Mia, and I am one lucky friggin' girl. That's all I got to say, because she is a fun person for all of us to be tying our wagon to. But Billy, I love what you're just saying on that too. So guys, on that note, we're gonna stay on this thread here and continue to post, because I even have to listen to the show again because you guys were saying so many good things of that. So make sure to just post every single link, everything you've talked about, and then we're gonna be answering your questions. Circle each other. You know the drill. So, and next week I'm going to have Stefan Hovnanian. I'm going to nerd out on him hardcore. And
love him.
Ben, I do too. And Ben Fisher are going to be on the show, and that is next Friday. That's Lucky Friday the 13th. So join us then. Again, I want to thank Randy Hilarski, Logan Lynn Roberts, and Billy Bring the Funk. I want the funk. And that is it for today for the Social Media Power Chat. Wow. Bye, everybody.
Right. SEO Power Hour at 2, guys.
Yes, SEO Power Hour right after this. Okay. 2. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, they are fun to see. I mean, gosh, it's not a lot of work, is it, you guys?
The Extreme Wheel is launching later today.
Oh, good news. Boom. You know, Michael Q. Todd had a post that said that not everybody had reshared. I mean, like, less than half. So there's a lot of room on that Mega Ball this week. If you haven't shared that yet, I would jump on right away, because he's really watching. He's really on top of it, and he's going to change some up for that 3rd week, and it's huge. I mean, I saw the ripple effects that had you in it, Billy Funk. They were like, I mean, it's huge. It's all over.
It was hanging around.
Check out the ripple on it. Definitely check out the ripple on it.
It's cool looking. Yeah, I saw the ripple. It was great.
All right, guys. So I mean, we are obviously we're going to talk about brand. We're going to come back to circles, because what I want each of you to do is to just quickly talk about what your presence is right now and what your brand is, because I think that's a great way to launch into this. And then we're going to talk about this. We got everybody warmed up with this, with the circles. So Billy, I'm actually going to start with you, brother, and just tell us quickly. You are coming in out of nowhere and blowing things up in Google. So let's talk about our buddy out of Canada, Ralph Kaiser. Time to get our back crap crazy on. So we've got some good people. Do you guys have anybody you want to shout out before we get started? Any of your favorites? I can't believe I made my panel silent. That's crazy. That's a way to get you to shut up.
We're in shell shock right now because we didn't know what was happening a minute ago. So we'll definitely shout out to Lainey Sullivan. She's the best. I think we all know that about Lainey. She just she works hard, so she's the best. Always here to support, and we're happy about that. That's for sure.
This we do love.
Shout out to Lainey, but also Joe Ray. Joe Ray has just been an awesome supporter. He's always got positive comments, and I see him everywhere. So shout out to Joe Ray.
Yeah, he's definitely getting out there. Jump in there, Andy. Now that he got you warmed up.
All of our circle folks who are helping all of us grow quickly on Google Plus. Obviously, Billy's here, and Michael Q. Todd and Scott Bueller, and
great circles.
Yeah, really taking it to the next level in the circle shares.
Yeah, I'm loving that mega ball.
We have branded yourself. All of us have our different things that we've branded. So let's see. Let's see what we've got for comments today. You guys ready? It's Tom Coleman. It's live TV. Hi, brother Tom. Our favorite Lainey Sullivan, who we are going to be on with after this, correct? Logan, while I'm going through, we're going to be on with the SEO Power Hour. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Too, with me and Lainey, and you're going to join us, Mia, for the launch. It's exciting.
I am excited. I'm going to try and bring the fabulous. Let's see who else. Thank you, Randy, for posting that. Got it in there. Brother Craig Fifield is also in the house. Lynn Abate Johnson is going to be handling our Twitter handle for us. Billy Funk, what is your Twitter handle, brother?
It's Funk Billy.
I like that. Mine is the Mia Connect. Randy, what's yours?
Just Randy Hilarski.
See, I love that. Notice how I'm doing everything with branding. And Logan, yours is?
It's Lo Loves Philly.
Exactly. L-O-V-E-S Philly. I love that. Yes. What else do we have going on? We've got Shannon, Jeff Hurras. He's the one that made my back crap crazy glass. It's the hot mess again. Welcome to the latest edition of the Social Media Power Chat. My name is Mia Voss, breaking stuff all over the internet, and we're up and live. How much fun was that and nerve-wracking in the green room, folks?
My heart was
racing.
Yeah.
Well, so
we made it.
The drama for your mama was because basically the way that I'm now broadcasting from the Mia Connect, and so I just jumped out to get things running again, and then couldn't get back in. So we had to start a whole new one. For those of you on mobile, we're going to post a new link. But we're here, aren't we, guys?
We're here.
We're here. We're fired up. We're fearless, and it's Friday.
Billy Funk is here. That's for
sure. Because you know what? We want the funk, exactly.
Bring the funk, bring the noise.
I'm gonna do quick intros, and then I'm going to read our comments because I can tell by everybody's invites this week, all the comments, people are fired up today. Even though it's only 5 degrees in Denver, I'm even fired up. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm gonna start with our first guest, one of my favorites and one of my A-listers here on Google+. We have Randy Hilarski coming straight out of Panama. Let's hope he has his pants on today. He made the unfortunate quote to me of like, I haven't worn pants in a year, and I was like, wow, that's weird, Randy, but you are down in Panama. So welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, Mia.
It's good to see you. Next up, we have Billy Funk, Extreme Billy. And Billy is in Chicago, and I just have to say ILL.
I.
Yes, my brother. Billy went to school down at Shampoo Banana in Champaign-Urbana, so my brother from another mother. And then finally, I have the gorgeous, love this new hair color, Logan Lynn Roberts.
Hello.
And
thanks for having me, Mia.
And thank you. And your tagline, of course, is Logan loves Philly. Lo loves Philly, correct?
Yeah, Lo loves Philly. Yes, that's a thing. I do love Philly, for sure.
Yes, you do. And I mean, we're going to talk about branding, but that is a fabulous thing because you really